Caitlin Clark Flash Show. So it's going to be phenomenal playing with a point guard, like you said, that have a good vision on the court, because that's like as soon as she gets the ball in her hand, she's throwing it up because she already see the person down the court before she even get the ball in her hand. So that's one thing I love about her vision on the court. I really can't wait to catch all those passes and give her all the assists that she needs. Excited to also play with Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Leah Boston, like the player that, you know, that I also say stuff on the court to them when I'm like playing against them. So, but I'm happy that I'm playing with them, not against them.
I'm talking about more social media.
Okay.
It's a turn.
Right? It's a turn, right? It's really a turn of the tides.
Well,
right?
Gil, here's my point. The beginning of the year, right? Everybody saw.
They said nobody wanted to play in Indiana. Critics insisted Caitlin Clark's electric presence would push veteran stars away. The narrative was set. Her spotlight was too bright, her hype too big, and the franchise itself supposedly lacked the pull to attract serious talent. But what if everything you heard was wrong? What if the exact opposite was true? And some of the league's most respected names were quietly lining up for a chance to run the floor with her. For years, the Indiana Fever were an afterthought. Even diehard fans questioned the team's direction. When rookie sensation Caitlin Clark arrived, chatter on social media exploded. Some labeled her style as too flashy and feared the hype she brought would be a distraction. Then came the spark that fueled the entire debate. Cheryl Swoops publicly declared that nobody really wanted to play in Indiana. Rumors circulated that disgruntled veterans were avoiding the Fever altogether, with Clark caught in the crossfire of blame. It sounded believable at first. The Fever hadn't seen major success in a while. Why risk joining a struggling team with a young star who might hog all the attention? Skeptics insisted Clark's presence was more baggage than benefit. Fans wondered if this was the beginning of the end for Indiana. But behind the scenes, something else was taking shape, a plan that would turn these gloomy forecasts into the league's biggest wake-up call. And once the dominoes started falling, nobody could pretend the Fever were hopeless anymore. Caitlin Clark has been a magnet for attention since her college days. Her court vision is off the charts, rifling full-court passes before opponents even realize she's across half-court. Her buzzer-beater daggers have racked up millions of views on social media. She makes the impossible look routine, which might be exactly why some people started looking for a flaw in her game or her personality. I don't know if Indiana's vets can stomach all that hype, some analysts scoffed. Others drummed up the usual fear-mongering, claiming that in a league with limited roster spots, older players might resent a rookie overshadowing them. As talk show hosts debated whether Clark's style was a distraction, the actual pulse of elite athletes was ignored. Stars want to win, and pairing up with an elite passer who can elevate everyone's game is often too good to resist. The narrative reached its peak when Swoops' comment hit the headlines. For a moment, it looked like the critics had all the ammo they needed, a legend calling out Indiana by name. But in sports, a single signing can flip the entire script. And the Fever were about to land one that instantly shut up the skeptics. Natasha Howard isn't just another player filling out a roster. She's a three-time WNBA champion, a defensive player of the year, and a proven difference maker. She knows how to win, period. Early in her career, she was drafted by the Indiana Fever, but her path led her elsewhere, collecting championships in Seattle, then elevating teams in New York and Dallas. When a star of that caliber becomes a free agent, every franchise tries to pick up the phone. Yet Howard surprised everyone by circling back to where she started. That alone would have been big news. But the real earthquake came when she openly declared how thrilled she was to team up with Caitlin Clark. In a single press conference, she obliterated the rumor that Clark was a locker room deterrent. If Clark was so unbearable, why would a champion with other options choose to join her? When Howard walked into Indiana's facility, she made it crystal clear she wasn't there by default. She was there by choice. She had considered the offers, weighed her options, and decided the Fever was the perfect place to chase another ring. All at once, the media chatter about nobody wanting to play with Clark looked like ancient history. Instead, the story became, why did a star of Howard's caliber want in so badly? Howard's arrival was just the beginning. The Indiana front office didn't stop at one marquee signing. They brought in Dana Bonner, a five-time All-Star with championship experience and a track record of leading rosters to deep playoff runs. Then came Sophie Cunningham, known for her gritty defense and fearless on-court demeanor. Topping it off, they secured two-time WNBA champion Sydney Colson, a veteran who's played crucial minutes on the biggest stages. It wasn't a random patchwork. Each piece had a purpose. Colson's steady hand at backup point guard would provide relief for Clark while keeping the offense humming. Bonner's leadership and interior presence would mesh with Aaliyah Boston, a promising big who'd already shown glimpses of stardom. Cunningham's relentless hustle matched the Fever's new identity, a team that refuses to get outworked. In one off-season, Indiana went from perceived wasteland to the league's top destination for vets chasing a new ring. People started to ask how these signings came together so quickly. The answer was simple. They all saw the same blueprint. They saw the potential synergy with Clark's next-level passing, Aaliyah Boston's post presence, and Kelsey Mitchell's perimeter scoring. They recognized a budding powerhouse, not a rebuilding afterthought. Plenty of rookies have highlight reel passes. But Caitlin Clark's court vision is different. She sees angles that nobody else sees. And if there's one trait Natasha Howard excels at, it's finishing. Her nickname, Flash, isn't just for show. She zips down the court, slips through seams in the defense, and finds ways to convert even the most difficult passes into layups or short jumpers. Clark's critics argue that the no-look dimes and full-court bombs only matter if there's someone on the other end who can finish. Now she has Natasha Howard, who built her reputation on finishing in traffic and slashing through defenses at top speed. One flick of Clark's wrist, and Howard's halfway down the floor, ready to put 2 points on the board. Yet it's not just about the offense. Howard's defensive prowess might be the key to unlocking Clark's entire game. For 7 consecutive seasons, Howard has averaged at least 1 steal and 1 block per contest. She's a menace in passing lanes and a shot-altering presence down low. When she picks off a lazy pass or stuffs a shot at the rim, Clark's instantly off to the races, turning defense into immediate offense. If you want to see how unstoppable it can be, imagine this sequence. Howard deflects a pass, scrambles for the ball, and fires it ahead to Clark. Clark rockets a perfectly timed feed right back to Howard, who's sprinting to the hoop like she's got a turbo booster on her shoes. That's the kind of highlight that puts fans on their feet and breaks the spirit of opposing teams. It's not just flashy, it's devastatingly effective. For a team to go from bottom dweller to contender, it needs more than talent. It needs a culture of accountability and a collective hunger to win. That's where voices like Howard's, Bonner's, and Carlson's come in. They've lifted trophies before. They know how it feels to stand at the summit, and they're not shy about letting the younger players know exactly what it takes. In interviews, Howard has emphasized trust and chemistry off the court. She believes that if this new-look Fever squad starts bonding in the off-season, organizing workouts, group dinners, film sessions, then the on-court results will show. It's not just coach speak. Howard's earned the right to talk about intangible qualities like unity. She has 3 championship rings to back it up. At the same time, Caitlin Clark's approach is shifting too. She's not playing the star rookie anymore. She's stepping into a leadership role faster than anyone expected. Her personality resonates in the locker room. She's vocal, always pointing out open teammates and dissecting defensive schemes. Younger players like Lexi Hull and Aaliyah Boston admire her enthusiasm. Veterans appreciate that she respects their experience, but isn't afraid to share her own insights. Meanwhile, the front office set a clear tone. We're done waiting around. General Manager Kelly Krauskopf and Amber Cox spoke proudly about how these signings were years in the making. They talked about integrity, character, and work ethic as must-haves for any Fever edition. The result is a locker room that's flipping the script from a place rumored to have issues to a culture of mutual respect and relentless drive. The transformation is drastic. Just months ago, the Fever were almost an afterthought, with fans clinging to scraps of hope that something, anything, would lift the team out of mediocrity. Now respected analysts are ranking them in the top 3, and sports sites buzz with speculation about how far they can go. Suddenly, Indiana is that hot news storyline. The question isn't whether they'll squeak into the playoffs, but if they can become the WNBA's next dominant force. It's not an overnight fairy tale. Everyone knows building chemistry takes time. There will be stretches where the defense looks out of sync or the offense hits a cold spell. Yet the difference is that now, the Fever have proven winners who can weather adversity. Howard's not going to panic if they drop a couple of close games. Bonner's not going to lose her composure when the media hype gets loud. Cunningham and Carlson have seen old blowout losses, gritty comebacks, hostile road crowds. They know how to keep a team locked in. And then there's the rookie-turned-leader, Caitlin Clark. She's no longer just a viral highlight. She's the orchestrator of a new era, feeding the ball to proven scorers, trusting her vets to steady the ship, and unleashing her creativity at just the right moments. That synergy, Clark's spark combined with Howard's unstoppable skill set, cements the Fever's identity as fast, fearless, and unafraid of any challenge. A year ago, if you'd said the Indiana Fever would become the WNBA's hottest free agent destination, most fans would have laughed. Now it's reality. Cheryl Swoops once claimed veterans wanted nothing to do with the circus surrounding Clark's hype. But as it turns out, one of the league's most decorated champs saw through the noise and ran straight toward the bright lights of Indiana. Natasha Howard didn't just join the Fever, she embraced the chance to create something bigger than either of them alone. All those rumors about nobody wants to play here have melted away in the face of one simple truth. Winners want to win, and they gravitate toward those who can help them achieve it. Caitlin Clark's presence isn't a burden. It's a magnet, drawing the type of stars who believe in her vision and in their own potential to succeed alongside her. So the next time someone claims a small market team can't attract marquee talent, or that a rookie spotlight is too blinding, just remember what's happening in Indiana. With the right blend of hunger, leadership, and ambition, a franchise can flip the narrative faster than anyone expects. The Fever aren't satisfied with incremental improvement. They're aiming for the ultimate prize, and if this roster gels like they believe it will, the rest of the league is in for a rude awakening. Because sometimes the boldest moves and the biggest risks bring the sweetest rewards. If you thought veterans would shy away from Caitlin Clark's hype, think again. This is just the beginning of a potential dynasty in the making. If you're ready to see history in the making, buckle up because the Fever's rise is just getting started.